Welcome back to the Webby O'Neill channel, and it's the match preview, Manchester United versus Newcastle. As ever, get involved in the chat with your own opinions, and don't forget to leave a like on the video, as you know it's much appreciated. Weekend off, you feeling a little bit revitalised? Match day?
I'm revitalised, it's match day, but to be honest with you, I've got grave concerns about today. Very, very tough Newcastle side coming down, work hard. I look at the players there, and I think the physicality, the muscle, they're going to impose on Man United. And can we stand up to it? That's the question.
Physicality, talking about the Manchester United side here. Agati, he's suspended. Bruno as well, after that sending off. So there will have to be some players come in and replace them. But who have you got in mind?
It just depends who Ruben Amorim says, who's fit. I haven't got a clue. I wouldn't like to pick this side, and I'm not going to start now. I think I'd end up with egg on my face. I just know that whoever goes out there has got a tough job and they've got to work hard. I just see them really trying to put in a defensive battling performance because I don't see it any other way. I just see Newcastle coming here looking at a weak Manchester United. And when I say weak, mentally, physically, all that, we're in the doldrums here. We've got to pull a rabbit out of the hat. And I don't know how we're going to do it. We're in a bad situation here. We keep losing games. And when you look at the Newcastle game and then you look at the Liverpool game, they're must-win games for Man United. But I don't see how I can turn around and say with confidence that I can see us getting a win. I'm hoping that we pull out a draw, and it will have to be a fighting draw.
Highlighted a lot of people out there as well, leaving Ruben Amorim the set pieces and the amount of times we're conceding from them. And you're looking at this Newcastle squad as well. You've got physicality with the likes of Joe Linton, their centre halves as well. So you would have thought that Eddie Howe and his team would have been actually looking at that and thinking, we can get some joy here.
They can get some joy, all right, but that physicality, they will come at United and they will use everything. I look at Joe Linton there. He bosses that midfield, but I also look at the work rate, what's in that team, and you have to take your hat off to Anthony Gordon. I never thought when he left Everton, going to Newcastle, he would turn into the player he is. Obviously, he's got in that England squad, he displaced Rashford from it. And you look at Rashford and you look at Anthony Gordon, you think to yourself, we all know who we'd like. And Anthony Gordon, for me, the workhorse, absolutely. Engine on him. He's all over the place, scores goals as well. And Joe Linton gets all over the place as well. And he puts the ball in the net as well.
Yeah, they have been scoring goals in the last couple of games. And you're looking across their forward line as well. Jacob Murphy, he's been playing.
Yes.
Isak as well. But in that midfield area, when you're looking at the United and it's looking short, it's looking lightweight, and they've got the likes of Tonali, Bruno Guimaraes in there as well.
Well, you've got Guimaraes there. He's there. He's always looking for an opportunity, gets about, puts the bite in. And if you look at the whole Newcastle side, they all put that tackle in. They all work hard. They are a team. They've got stronger as the season's gone on, and it's looking as though they will make a charge no matter what they're in, whether it's a cup game, the Premier League. They're back. They're back in their stride. But I look at Isak is his
Isak,
name.
yeah.
Yeah, Isak. What a danger he is.
Yeah.
I just see him floating about in our penalty area, coming on the blind side and things like that. But you have to go back to the major problem, what we was talking about the other day and what everyone's been talking about, and it's corners. The strength and the height of this team. He has to get it right, Ruben Amorim. He cannot just stand there and let this continue. I've criticised him for not making changes, for not getting protection for the goalkeeper. These players have to step up. But Ruben Amorim, the jury's out on you, mate. You have to sort it out, and it needs sorting out because this is a tough test.
Yeah, definitely the set pieces need sorting out. And if it doesn't, or it does continue with the set pieces and conceding goals, they've got to look at it on the training pitch and maybe change a couple of things because it's clearly not working to everyone. But I'd expect De Ligt to come back into defence with this one, replace Yoro. So back three of De Ligt, Maguire and Martinez. How's that sound to you?
Yeah, that sounds about right. Hopefully he's got over his illness and that, De Ligt, and he's fit. And he's ready for this game because I think we need him. I think he's been solid, and he is a fighter. I watched him go on the ground, and he was injured the other week, and he carried on. And that's what you want, that spirit. Unfortunately, we don't have that spirit in a lot of the players. I look at a battle here, and the battle is going to be Mainoo. Mainoo's going to be in there. without Bruno, and that is a good thing because Bruno and Mainoo do not work well together as I see it. And I think when you look at Joe Linton, I think Joe Linton's going to go for Mainoo. I think he's going to stick it on him, stop him playing, because once he gets the ball at his feet, Mainoo, going forward, he's good and he will release the ball. I'm not having Bruno in the way because that's how I see it. I think he'll have more freedom. So I think there'll be a battle there. That's something there, what I think could turn the game. Mainoo's not had a good season, we know that, and he has to step up. But I think without the Bruno in his way, I think he will go for it. And he has to help Hoyland if Hoyland is the striker, because he's had no help at all. He's at Old Trafford. You expect an attacking formation. You expect people to go forward. But what's been poor and what we need to see the improvement today is the wing-backs. The wing-backs have to exploit because they will come forward, Newcastle. No two ways about it. There will be space. But can they exploit it? Yeah. That's the question.
Kieran Trippier on the right-hand side. We've got Delo there on the left-hand side as the wing-back, not his natural position. So it'd be interesting to see there if Delo can sort of pin Trippier back or whether it's going to be the roles reversed, Trippier playing higher up the pitch. But for me, the two number 10s that play behind the striker, I think for me personally, Eriksen's got to come back in and hopefully he can do a better job than what Bruno's been doing and being closer to Hoyland to actually create attacks and goal-scoring opportunities. Because for me, I don't think Garnacho and Ahmad behind it does us any favours, to be honest with you. I think Christian Eriksen might actually be more suited to that role than either of them two at the moment.
Yeah, Eriksen is suited to that role. There's no two ways about it. But the problem with Eriksen, you're not going to get more than 60 minutes out of him. The energy, the running, it's just not there with him now. I think his time's up at Manchester United. We all know that. But 60 minutes, if you get 60 minutes out of him, then it might give us a platform. But he has to work hard. And it's going to be very difficult. I think there'll be a few people running rings around him if he doesn't put the effort in. Once he loses sight of running back and all that, he's out of the game. So he has to put it in. But you are right. I don't think there's any other option.
No, I don't think there's many more options, to be honest with you. Like I say, with Garnacho, Ahmad, they could possibly drift more out to the wide areas. And do we really need him in there? Because we need him closer to Hoyland for me. And I do think if Eriksen was there, he'd probably be more disciplined in his position than what actually Bruno Fernandes was against Wolves and has been for the majority of the season. So I can see some sort of maybe creativity there because this was what it's about. In this game, they're going to be physical, high intensity Newcastle. And it's about, can we actually exploit the weaknesses of them when they do push forward? Because that's one of our main strengths. Counter-attacking, and we might see that for the majority of this game where we do sit back, not a high line, a low block, and exploit it where we're getting the ball up quicker, move it 1-2 touch.
I think you have to exploit it in the way where you give that quick, long ball, okay, where Ahmad can get running onto it, where Ahmad can chase it down. We know he's good at chasing down. We know how quick he is. That's the way to catch him out. When them full-backs, or wing-backs as they call them, come out, they will leave the space. So you need the ball either on the floor quickly, and that is the essential today. If you're slow today, not moving that ball, they will pounce on us and stop. We have to be quick, and we have to give that long ball into them spaces for our players to run on. Are they up for it? They've not shown that they're up for it, but they've got to do it today. Everything has to go in today, and they have to keep fighting. And to get a point today would be absolutely... Well, I'd be over the moon with it, and I'd take it right now. I'd give me right hand for it right now.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see, not just the team selection, but his actual man management in this game. Because like we say, Newcastle are a very, very tough tough side. And Man United are in a very, very poor moment right now. And if he was looking at it, if they were in a good moment, United, the confidence in the team, to be more attacking, I'd probably put Ahmad as the right wing back, to be that, attacker, to get forward as well with someone else behind the central striker. But, I think right now, Ahmad pushing further forward.
You talk about confidence and everything, and confidence is everything to players and all that, but it's clearly not there. And I don't think many people out there who are United fans are confident that we can go out there today and score goals against this Newcastle side because we're just not seeing it. We're not seeing the chances. And if any opportunities do come along, we've seen it in the Bournemouth game. The opportunities were there. We're even shooting on target. And then you go to the Wolves game, the opportunities weren't created. It was only late on. So today, if we get opportunities, there's one thing what's got to happen. We have to be clinical because I don't think we're going to get many chances. So I'm going for a draw, whether it's 1-1 or 0-0, not too sure. Can't really see it being 0-0. I would be happy going for a 1-1. Don't think there'll be many chances, so we've got to score that goal.
I'd love to see the tempo of the game from Man United as well, to be a high-intensity, quick football. But I'm just not too sure whether we're ready to actually see that right now. Not that we're not ready as fans, because we're all wanting it, but I just don't think this squad is capable of it, especially with some of the selections he's probably going to have to make today. I think Agata is an absolute huge loss for us because of that intensity he brings. He's mobile, he gets in and around the pitch. He's just like a sniper, a lone wolf. He goes out there hunting players, getting the tackles in, and that's going to be a big miss for us today up against this midfield in Newcastle. But I'm going to go for a draw in this one. I'm normally positive, kind of positive, 50-50. You know, Man United can spring a result out of anywhere because they're that inconsistent as a team. So let's hope for the win, the 3 points. But most of all, we'll be back straight after the game with a match reaction. So come and join us, get your opinions in on the match, and we'd love to see you there. Leave a like on the video, as you know it's much appreciated. Enjoy the game, everyone, and we'll see you again soon. Thank you.